Morning, CT. Doing pretty good. How's it going for you? Okay. Morning, Jose. Morning, Breezy. Welcome, welcome. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, we're on our last little bit of this month's bonuses. I think, do they end Tuesday, even though technically Tuesday is the 31st? Let me look. I don't think they'd go another week into April. I think they end on the 31st. Which is good. This has been kind of a slow month, I think. Kind of a good reset after Collector, but nice to get into something else. Let me take a peek. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. I went too far down. Let's see. Yeah, through March 30th. Okay, so March 31st will be a new set of bonuses. Just take a look here. This week, if you rank up 5 times as a Moonshiner or reach Moonshiner rank 20, you can receive the slow clap emote. Totally forgot there was 3 times money and gold and XP on the Land of Opportunity missions. I didn't really do any of those. Okay. Yeah, even the events and stuff seem kind of low-key this month. Moonshiner always tends to be a little bit of a sleepy month. Good for passive money making. Which is pretty good too, because I've been crazy busy this month. It's one of the busiest times at work for me right now, personally, like my position, because of what there's like major conferences that happen in March. One just ended at the end of last week, and then I have another one in mid-April, and then end of April, and then there's one in May. And so what I do, like my position's pretty busy right now. Plus my coworker is leaving, so we're going to be down somebody. And then my other coworker is going out again on surgery. Ooh, sweet. Do that first. And then my classes are getting about 3/4 of the way through, so I got a lot of stuff to do, so it's been crazy. I think Moonshiner was I think it's one of the better roles in terms of like the content that they added. The Moonshiner story missions are pretty fun. I like the free roam kind of dynamic events like the blockades and stuff. And it's an easy way to make money that you don't have to, like Trader, you have to be on top of. Trader, you have to be paying attention. You have to know when you have to do a resupply. It takes what, like 3.5 hours or something for a trader. So this is nice and easy. It's like 48 minutes once you're fully ranked up. You don't have to do anything with it. You just set it up and it runs on its own. So it's kind of, I like the role especially because also Norfolk Roadsters, so. But if you're a big like action person, then yes, this role is probably not going to do a whole lot for you, I think. Hey Ford, how's it going? Welcome. Do you ever run the races? I used to do them a bunch, but it's kind of annoying because I wish they had come up with a way to make the races fun and interesting that didn't involve other players just killing you, because I think sometimes players just go in to kill people who are trying to race. And also, like, I don't want to win because I shot the person in front of me. I don't know what they could have done though, because they make the horses all about the same speed. So even if you're on an Arabian and somebody is on a Morgan, there's no guarantee you're gonna win on speed alone. And even if nobody shoots each other, you guys all still run about the same speed. I wish they had done like longer type races where there were multiple directions to go, and depending on what direction you go, maybe there's like blockades or like things in the way, or you're fighting NPCs. And so it really just depends on... Oh, sweet. I don't have to stop. It really just depends on which route you take. Like maybe the route that takes longer has less obstacles and it's like more straightforward, but the shorter route to save you time and potentially win has like enemies and like treacherous terrain and like things that you have to get around, maybe things you have to jump. I also would have liked it if there was like you were racing against ghost characters, so like you couldn't see the other characters, so like bump into them or like potentially knock them off their horse or do things like that. I think that would have been fun. But I just don't like it when you barely touch somebody when you're racing and you both crash and you die and you have to reset. And some people go in just to be obnoxious and kill you over and over again, and they don't care about the race and they just want kills. So I don't like how they're set up. I will be honest though, I do prefer the target ones, but the open target. So I don't like the target races where you're racing in a straight line, because I do find it very difficult when you're in a straight line trying to hit like something on the side, and then if you miss it you have to kind of like go back or turn around and either try to hit it from this side or this side. But the open target races, I think out of all of them, are the most fun for me because you can kind of get away from other players. It's less likely you're going to be killed by them. I don't know why I have dynamite arrows on. And you can go from like, you can go to the targets that you want. So I would say out of all of them, like the open target races are the ones that I would do. I wish they did a no combat race option or speed race where who wins is based on who does the course the fastest rather than who's ahead of the others in the race. Yeah, I don't know why they do. I think it's because Rockstar's like, well, if we do a race based off speed, like obviously anybody who can afford the best horse is going to win. I don't know. That's weird. I was like, isn't that the point of a horse race though? Yeah, we got a new event starting Tuesday the 31st. I'm actually off that day, but I have a bunch of appointments in the morning, so I'm going to try to get the video out before I go to those appointments. If I get back in enough time, the only problem is they're supposed to be doing an inspection at my place as well on Tuesday, so I was thinking about trying to stream because I was off, but I don't know that it's going to work out. It's going to really just depend on how my morning goes. I have an 8 a.m. doctor's appointment, and then I have to go. I'm going to go, I think, take the civic exam for my schooling, which I would be shocked if I pass. And that's not being negative. Like, I know you're supposed to be positive, blah, blah, blah. It's just that, honestly, I really just want to take it to see what it's, like, what types of questions are on there. Like, I sort of know, but
what shall we create?
Just to kind of get a feel of how they ask them, I guess. I've been trying to research and study a little bit, but there's something like 30 landmark court cases that you have to know. And I've got a couple of them down now, but I definitely don't know all of them. But it's all sorts of stuff, from the founding of the nation to like federalism, but even some like ancient stuff, like what ancient civilization is most like ours in terms of government. Roman, by the way, however that question works out. I don't like history. I don't care about government. So, like, I got the basic stuff down. If they ask me, like, some of the good, like, relevant questions that I think they should ask for a civic exam as an American, like, how many U.S. senators per state? Like, how do they determine representatives? Like, how many terms does the president serve? Yes, I will do fine. But if they ask me about which court case had the landmark decision to... I can't even think of one right now. If they ask me the ones I know, great. Like the Miranda versus, I think it's Arizona, is obviously about reading your Miranda rights. Plessy versus Ferguson was a landmark case that upheld segregation on the basis of they're separate but equal. And then there's another court case later that said no, that is unconstitutional. And I want to say it was either Brown versus Board of Education or the Texas one, and I have to look it up because I'm not 100% sure. But like, yeah, I don't know the court cases. Like, what are we talking about here? These court cases are from like the 1800s. I don't care. You know what I care? That we don't have segregation. I don't care which court case like did that. I just care about the outcome. Like, I don't care which court case makes it necessary for you to have your Miranda rights read to you. I just care that that's something that exists, you know? So having to know the details of that is just insane. Howdy, from Austria. I'm not really sure what to call you. I'm looking at the front part of it. I was going to say Corey, but that's not right. There's no Y. Welcome. Howdy, Rowdy. How's it going? See, I always try to avoid the howdy when I see Rowdy because I think that sounds like howdy, Rowdy. Not intentional. Hope they bring back more items for the Owl Pass. Yeah, they were kind of stingy on that this month. They didn't really bring anything. I think one of the two pictures, right? The two pictures in the Moonshine Shack. And I don't know if the emote was or not. I know the two pictures were. All right, let's take a look at some daily challenges. We got 5 Bay Boulet picked, 3 cooked seasoned flaky fish, 1 facial appearance updated at the barber. Finish a mode in featured series, kill a panther, catch 3 smallmouth bass. Okay, we can show you the smallmouth bass spot for sure. Visit Katora. Usually trader after Moonshine instead of the opposite. Yeah, I never pay attention to exactly how they do that. I don't know if they have. I feel like there's probably some kind of a pattern that I just don't pay attention to. The spectacles. Oh, were the pictures last month? I thought the pictures were this month. They could have been last month though. They all run together for me. Because I have all the stuff, I forget a lot of times. After 6 years, I'm nearing 800 rank. Hopefully the next time an old Aloe Pass item comes back. Yes, I hope so too. I agree. Yeah, it's been crazy because, yeah, I'm only in the rank 900s and I've been playing since 2018, so it takes a while to rank up. All right, let's go to the barber. Let me eat some meats here. I got a couple good Bay Boulet spots and a couple good, or one good really smallmouth bass spot. The nice thing is they're all kind of close together. Ooh. All right, what do we have to do here? I think it was just it was face stuff, right? For face stuff, I always like go back and forth with my lipstick. So we're on ombre right now. I go to matte. Oh, not lined. I don't like lined. We're gonna go to matte. Okay. Guess we could have gone back to ombre since I already messed it up. We're a simple girl. Alright, actually, let's go for the Bay Boulet first. The Bay Boulet, there's 2 spots I like. Tall Trees is one of them. Not Tall Trees, but like around Manzanita. And then the other one is at Blackbone Forest. Blackbone Forest, I know the spot's a little bit better, so I'm going to wander around here for a minute, but... I wish they had a face paint similar to GTA Online. That'd be pretty cool. I guess they're thinking, like... Rockstar is such a weird mix of, like, we want to keep this game authentic and realistic to the Wild West, but then they also add stuff in that's, like, not realistic to the Wild West, so I'm like... I was like, you don't have to keep it, like, super realism, I guess. Now, I don't want to see a flying rocket across the sky that comes down and blows me and my horse up. Too unrealistic. But things like face paint and, like, whatever is fine. I also sort of wish all clothing items were for all characters. Disney Dreamlight Valley does that, and while it's ridiculous when I come across a picture of a guy in a dress that clearly was made for the female avatar, it is hilarious. But like here, there's some good outfits for the male characters that I would love to have. And I don't care if a guy wants to walk around with a corset and a skirt, have at it. Hey, Corbin, how's it going? You are up early. Is it early? Oh, it's because it's 6. That's not, like, as early as I was thinking. Are cheaters and modders on console, too? Here on PC, it's really horrible. No, I mean, cheaters, yes. So, like, Cronus is a big thing. I mean, I don't encounter it too much anymore because I don't do PvP. But, like, Cronus and then exploits, like the beaver hat exploit. But not modders. You can't really mod on console like you can on PC. So we don't get the modders where you can't play because you're constantly being blown up or people are spawning in on things for you or they spawn you somewhere else. So that's not a thing, which is nice. But if you like PvP, cheaters are pretty big. I don't know. At this point, maybe a bunch of the cheaters have moved on to other games. Yes, a hot air balloon would be nice. I'm pretty sure in Crimson Desert there's a hot air balloon you could ride at some point. Crimson Desert is like if Red Dead, The Witcher, Breath of the Wild, Ghosts of Yotei, Assassin's Creed, like all got together and had a baby. That's what Crimson Desert is. You can have unlimited horses. You can have 30 pet companions. You can ride a dragon. I don't know what I'm not looking for the baby list, so. Okay, let's go back up here. Oh man. Oh my gosh. I don't want to kill you. You're too cute. Did you see him sitting there like that? What a little cutie. All right, how do we get him away from the baboulet? Maybe he'll chase and then we can circle back around. Where'd he go? Are you staying over there, buddy? I need some baboulet. I don't want to kill you. Just got back from a trip. I was in Atlanta, so I guess I'm still adjusting to the time. Yep. Were you in Atlanta for business? Or for pleasure? For vacation? This bear's still over here. He's like, no baboulet for you. No baboulet for you. Come back one, yeah. I don't use this baboulet spot often. Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to wander around and find it because he's still here. He's chilling. All right, let's go get the bass and then we'll check out our. It's somewhere around here. So if you need baboulet, there's two spots right in this area. I just don't have the exact location. All right, we're gonna ski-daddle. Business. I was gonna say I don't know why you would go. No offense to anybody who lives in Atlanta, but what would you do in Atlanta for like a personal vacation? Unless you were visiting family, I guess. It's not a high tourist destination spot, I would think. Grizzly bears always jump scare me. Same. Although I think in story the gators do it a little bit more because I'll be in the swamps and I'll just be near the water and I won't know one's there. They do it more in story. They don't really do it online as much. They, like just jump up and attack you. Took me an hour and 45 minutes to get through the TSA in Atlanta. That's crazy. I actually heard in Orlando the other day that the line for TSA was like, or was it Orlando? It was one of the major airports. Was like out the building, like down the road, like a mile long, something insane. Like, and it was taking like hours and hours and hours to get through TSA. That's why I like small airports. I hate large airports. I hate it when it's super busy. Plus, how do you even plan for that? Like they say to get to the airport 2 hours early. But what if you went and you had like a 3 to 4 hour wait? Like, what do you even do at that point? Nothing you can do unless you can convince people to let you in front of them. All right, so we got to figure out where the smallmouth bass spot is. I want to say it's this one right here. Was it Atlanta? I feel like it was somewhere in Florida, so maybe it happened in multiple locations. Or maybe it was similar but different in Florida. All right, this is the spot. So I think this spot here will only give you smallmouth bass. So it's a good spot when that's a daily. Let me just check and then I'll show on the map again. I'm going to be traveling in June and hope this mess is over. I'll be traveling through Atlanta. Yeah, I tend to like go out of my way to fly out of and into small airports if I can. Because I can't, man. That's insane. I already don't like flying, so having to like stand in line for a few hours does not appeal. Okay, so here's smallmouth bass. So if you just come right here on the map, so we're right south of Rig Station at the water that goes through, so right to the right of the Z and Elizabeth. And so this is only smallmouth bass here. So the cool thing is there are 2 spots, one for bluegill, one for smallmouth bass, that when it's a daily, you can go and just get that fish. I'm assuming there's probably other spots out there that have other fish that are like, it's only that fish, but I don't know any of them. Compared to when I left on Monday from Southern California, it took me about 5 minutes to get through TSA. Yeah, that's crazy. So I fly in and out of, I guess I shouldn't tell you exactly where I fly in and out of. But there's a tiny airport in Florida that I fly out of. And yeah, you basically walk up, and if you spend 5 minutes in TSA, it's, I mean, you get right in. There's like a couple of people there. But it's like a small airport. There's only the one. I guess I don't know if there's just the one airline that flies out of there. Now, I have a small airport near where I live as well, but it's so expensive compared to this other one. Like, I could literally drive 15 minutes down the road and have an airport to fly out of, but like flights are like, you know, $600-700 compared to like a $200-300 flight. It's crazy. And I'd have to fly into a larger airport. So... do I like driving 2 hours away to fly out of a tiny airport? No. Hey, Ghost, how's it going? What's your favorite area? I love roads. Since I started my camp in Scarlet Meadows and the Bayou, I have my Moonshine, perfect for deliveries. Nice. I actually prefer more like colorful areas, maybe. I don't know if that's the way to put that, but I love Big Valley. So this is one of the best camp spots, in my opinion, is right up here. It's kind of difficult. Well, here you go. You can see my camps right here right now. It's kind of difficult because there's no fast travel close by, and there's no town close by. So if you like to be near a town and near your Moonshine Shack and near stuff that's going on, it's not a great spot. But in terms of how pretty it is with the river, another favorite spot of mine is the Roanoke area. So I love having a camp right in this spot here. I think this area is so pretty. I actually really like the Grizzlies Moonshine Shack spot. Is that this one right here? I think it might be this one. The deliveries are terrible, though. They're like awful deliveries. My Moonshine Shack is here, and so I feel like this is a really good area to be close to a lot of stuff. So you can hunt here. There's a town. The Moonshine Shack's here. Like, we got another town close by. So I do tend to hang out in this area a lot. But this area also is not super green and pretty. My favorite town would be Strawberry if it was a little bit more open. So if Strawberry had like a little bit wider roads and the bridges were wider, it would probably be my favorite town because I love that aesthetic. And we're going to go right here. And I do wish, so I don't like Annisburg. So this is my favorite. This is probably my favorite spot on the map right here along this river. But I don't like Annisburg. So if there was a better, if you could take like Strawberry with wider bridges and roads and put it here, I would live in this area. I love it. But I don't like Annisburg. It's a business trip and they have to book. Yes, so you have to go where they say. Yeah, they did have me a 30-minute layover in Atlanta, and I told them no way. So they'll have me a 2-hour layover. Dude, a 30-minute layover? That's insane. Like, you I mean, it's good they changed it, because I'd be like, there's such a high likelihood of missing your connecting flight if you only have a 30-minute layover. I tell that to students all the time when they travel. I'm like, you want to look at your layover, because while I don't like a long layover either, if you're flying into a busy airport, I mean, sometimes you need a couple hours because you need to, like, the airport's so large, you have to be able to get off your plane and then get like a couple miles away to where you're next, like you're boarding next. Yeah, I'm 61 and I can't run. I mean, if I'm running, like, you better run because something is chasing and it's gonna kill us both, you know, because I don't like really like to run either. Doesn't matter how old I am, running's not for me. You give me all the heavy things to lift. I'll do some yoga, I'll do some Pilates. But my body wasn't meant for running. So if I'm running, there is danger. Like it is a dangerous situation we are experiencing right now. Roanoke is nice too. Yeah, good spot for the pumas. Very true. Every time I try to film a moose video, I get attacked by a million cougars up there. It's hilarious. Where are you taking me? Rockstar GPA. Rockstar GPS. Brain's not working so good this morning. Maddox, I can't remember if I said hi. I said hi in my brain, but I think I was talking at the time. Welcome. Lemoyne, Annisburg, Van Horn, and Bayou, too depressing. Yeah, so I agree. They're not, I would say the Bayou and Lemoyne aren't as bad, but Annisburg and Van Horn for sure. I don't mind the swampy area, but it's not my favorite. And I don't spend a lot of time in New Austin because it's just so brown. There is some pretty, but yeah. Okay, no worries, Breezy. I appreciate you stopping in. I hope travel goes well. And you have a great rest of your day today. Howdy, Smut. How's it going? Errands. That's going to be me tomorrow and Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the day of errands. So I have the doctor's appointment, then I'm going to go take the exam, then I have to go pick up my contacts, and none of this stuff is close to me. I think for a town that I live in, like, things wouldn't be so far away, but everything I do is so far away. I could go to doctors and eye doctors and everything like 2 minutes down the road, but no. I choose to go to the highly recommended ones that are 20 minutes down the road. I have a 50-minute layover, but it's a domestic. I don't like it if the first plane is more than 50 minutes late. I'll miss it. Yeah. 50 minutes is definitely cutting it close for sure. I think an hour and a half is usually like a pretty good amount of time. Depending on the airport. So I could get away with a 30-minute layover when I fly in and out of these tiny airports. There is no layover though, it's a direct flight. But you could because it's all right there in the same place. But yeah, I know everybody hates layovers. I really hate layovers. Like, I don't even like getting on a plane the first time, and you're asking me to deplane and get back on another plane in the same day? No, thank you. Like, I direct flight all the way if I can manage it. I honestly don't know how I would fly to some of the places I'd like to visit. I really... Oh my god, these pigs are driving me crazy! Shut up, the squeals! Oh my gosh! Go away. It's so loud in my ear. Oh, here we go. Babylay. One? Are you... Okay, there's two. I was gonna say, like, are you serious? It's okay, buddy. I might lose my money on hotel, etc. if there's no jet fuel by the end of the month. Yeah. Is that... I haven't been paying too much of attention to what's going on with is that part of the problem? I know there's a lot of flights and stuff that have been canceled. A lot of I just haven't... I'm not really up to date with everything that's going on, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna start murdering you guys if you don't get out of here and shut the hell up. Go, 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 go. Dude, why is it so loud in my ear right now? Holy crap. Those guys? What's the other thing that drives me insane in this game when they won't shut up? Those guys might be the worst, honestly. There's something else in this game, though, that when you get around a bunch of them, they make so much noise. Okay, there should be Babylay here. Okay, sweet. So we got 4. Normally this would get us our 5, these 2 spots. So just to show you kind of the area I'm in. So Blackbone Forest. So this road here, there's normally a couple. And then I forget where I was just over behind. But I always know because of these rocks right here, and there's this road here. So I know there's 2 spots here. Or 1 spot that usually has 2 to 3. Come on, Aragorn, you can make it, buddy. Be a little billy goat. Let's go. Jump. So those are the ones that I know for sure. Look, a little rat. It's Micah. Like a weird spot for a rat. Hey, Mazen, how's it going? Yeah, I really, really want to go to New Zealand. New Zealand, Australia, you're in big trouble if the ship stopped from Singapore. Yeah, see, I'm so out of the loop of everything that's happening right now. I'm so out of the loop. I've been so busy with work and school. I don't know anything that's... Not that I pay too much attention to what's going on in the world to a certain degree, because at the end of the day, I can't really do anything about stuff that's happening that's depressing. And so I don't really like to sit and read the news. First of all, you never know. Oh my God, pigs, get out of here. Get out of here. My gosh. My gosh. All right, let's go back to... Let's try to go back to... I got to get away from these guys. Try to go back to Tall Tree, see if we can find those other baby. I only need one more. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I mean, news is so ridiculous. Like, I know you guys know how biased the news is on both sides. And it's so hard to just tell who's telling the truth, because you'll have two people saying the exact opposite thing that's happening. And I'm like, well, only one of you can be right. Or, as I like to say, it's probably somewhere in the middle. So you got the guy on the one side that's saying this, the guy on the other side that's saying this. And it's probably a combination of both, and it's somewhere in the middle. Because you have, what's the saying? You have his side, her side, and then the truth. So it's probably somewhere in the middle. Did I just travel to camp? I did. I traveled to camp. This is not where I meant to go, but that's okay. We need some gold cores. We'll make some. I wonder if I have enough to make gold cookies. What's my thoughts on Crimson Desert? Okay, so I'll give you some thoughts, but I will tell you that I feel like I haven't played enough to really give you a good opinion. The game is massive. It's beautiful. It actually runs really well for me on PlayStation. I know that some people have had some issues with running the game, but on PS5 Pro, it is running really well. Not bad. Pearl Abyss has been very responsive and have fixed a lot of the issues. And they're very responsive to player feedback. So if players want to see something or aren't happy with something, they're very responsive with making changes. And there's already been a lot of positive changes. Crimson Desert is not a narrative-heavy story that you're going to go in and be guided through. It is more of a medieval-type sandbox. So you're thrown into this world, and you can just do whatever you want. And you can do some crazy stuff. Like, let's just give an example. You can throw a piece of meat on the ground, take out your sword glint, and using the sun, cook it. Things like that. Like, you can use this one tool you get to grab a tree, pull it back, and it slingshots you across the world. You can jump off the abyss. Now, maybe not jump off the abyss, but you can use this one sword technique to like fly across the sky. So it's one of those things where you can really just get in there and like play around with stuff and try stuff and be like, hey, will this work? You could pick up trees and hit enemies with it. Like, it's just massive. It's just not it's not like Red Dead where there's a story. There is a story, but it's minimal compared to something like a Red Dead or a Witcher. So if you like that, if you like exploration, and you like to get in. And the reason why I say I can't tell you exactly how good it is or bad it is at this point is because I played like 15 hours now, and I've literally done I feel like I've done nothing. I've tamed a bunch of horses. It's unlimited. You can have unlimited horses, I believe. I've befriended dogs and cats. Like, I'm making my little pet companion army. Like, I'm riding around and opening up teleport spots, fighting a few enemies here or there. And I'm exploring. I've done some puzzles. I've gotten some skills. I have just barely scratched the surface of the game. I'm like a little tiny bit into it. So am I enjoying it right now? Absolutely. Can I tell you how it is as you get in and you start to fight bosses and like have harder content? No, I can't tell you that yet. But so far, I think it is going to be well worth the money because of all the things you can do. But it really, at the end of the day, it really just comes down to what you find fun in a game, I think. I filter out who I take notice of news-wise. ChatGPT is good at news summarizing. Yeah, the only problem with ChatGPT is just reading all of the... And I do use ChatGPT for a lot of things. But it's a limited type of a thing. It can give you false information because it's just pulling from articles online that people have written. So if it pulls from an article that's totally fake, it could give you a completely fake story that never happened. Or it can give you incorrect information about a product, or I know my coworker's using it a lot for like food and skin products and stuff, but it can only do what it's given. And so it's not necessarily true and accurate, which is just a little, you just have to be a little bit careful when you use it, which I'm sure you know. Have you seen the trailer for the new Harry Potter series? I have seen it, Jess. What do you think about it? What do you think about the trailer? I have seen it. I have thoughts. The Babylay's literally right here. Okay, we traveled all over. There's a spot over there too, which is where I was. So here you go. Just take the fast travel and come directly down to the A in Manzanita. Lots of Babylay. I bought a game for 120, then it went on sale recently for 50. I'm never paying full price on PSN. It's true. I don't feel like Crimson Desert will go on sale that fast. I think games that do terrible do tend to go on sale pretty quickly. What was a game recently that was like really expensive, but it bombed? It did terrible, and it went on sale so fast. I want to say it was one of the superhero, like Marvel type games. And it went on sale like pretty quickly because it was bad. I like the Heartlands and Scarlet Meadows too. Yeah, those are nice open areas too when you want to like just ride in an open area. I love that. Oh, I'm sure there's always going to be bias. That's human nature. So it's hard unless I try to when it comes to, I've got two coworkers now that argue about political stuff all the time. And they're both so sure that they're right. But here's my viewpoint. If I wasn't there to witness it, I have to rely on other people to accurately, without bias, explain what happened. And that's not realistic. So it can be very hard. I don't like to make snap judgments about situations if I wasn't there. So you see all these fantastic news stories, you know, of whatever. And everybody immediately has a viewpoint and a bias. Let's just take a shooting involving a police officer. There's immediately going to be two biases. Shooting was justified, shooting was not justified, and the police are terrible and they're out to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be, ooh, we got a red star. Or blue star. A blueberry. We got a blueberry. Oh, they started a mission. I'm not trying to interrupt your mission. Let me ride this way. Maybe we can go back. Actually, we can't set up camp in here. I was gonna say maybe we could go back to camp, take a look at the dailies again. So it's just really difficult because everybody has that bias already, and I feel like it's getting more rare in society that people can take a step back and be like, okay, like, what are the facts? You know, what happened? You even take something that's, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much because it'll get depressing. We all have different viewpoints, but just try to think about that. When you hear something, try not to have an immediate gut reaction of what you think happened, because unless you were there, that's a difficult thing to say. I know with such confidence, I know exactly what happened, because you think that because of your bias. Either direction. I have a bias too. Everybody does. Like, we all have biases. So, I mean, is it how good ChatGPT is? It's like having a personal assistant. I just got into it last week. Yeah, I like it to help me phrase things away. I know everybody's like, oh, that's what old people use AI for. I use it for a lot of different things. It helps me study. So I do use it to help me study, or other AI. So I don't just use ChatGPT, but I'll use like math AI programs, and there's a couple good ones out there to help me with my macroeconomic stuff, and, you know, as a study tool and whatnot, and maybe how to phrase things better. So my favorite thing is to put in something and be like, can you make this sound less bitchy, please? Can you make this sound more professional? If I'm cranky towards someone and I'm trying to reply. But you do have to be careful when getting your information from them, because yes, ChatGPT again has a bias based off the articles it's looking for. It can give you incorrect and false information, so you always have to verify. Trust but verify. All right, what else we got on this list here? Cook season flaky fish, finished Emotin's featured series, panther killed. All right, let's go see if we can find a panther. That's gonna be a tricky one in a public lobby. You could also try to see if there's the legendary panther at Harriet. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Katora first. We'll go to Katora. Doop, doop, doop. It looks interesting. As I said, I'd give it a watch, but I've had my thoughts on the Severus Snape casting. One, I hope, when it comes to the scene where James is bullying Severus. Goodness. I've had my little allergy cough for the last week. We got a lot of pollen and stuff out right now. They make it clear that it's not racially motivated. Yes. Okay, so my thoughts on the trailer. I actually thought it was really good. I'm not gonna lie. I think they did a really good job. I am excited to see what they do. The casting for Severus is probably the dumbest decision of all time they could have made. They could have made any other character in the series black if they wanted to. Any other character. And I'm not even kidding. Dumbledore. Like literally any other character, if they wanted, they could have done. And it wouldn't have changed the story or brought in another element. Severus was the worst character to do that to. Or is I going? Panther? Rhodes. Okay. Because now you have to reconcile a couple things. Harry's suspicion of the only black professor and thinking he's evil and out to kill him, which could be seen as racially motivated. You have rich white boy James bullying poor black student Severus. And he's, again, probably one of the few black students in the school because of where they live. So now you have another thing that is potentially racially motivated that you have to reconcile. So in my opinion, you just brought in an element that wasn't part of the books, and now you have to deal with that. Or you could ignore it and look dumb. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the stupidest casting of all time. And then let's just take the character itself. Snape is very described in the books. Sallow, you know, hooked nose, pale skin. They see him as like a vampire, never in the sun, like looming in the dungeons, you know, like a bat. Now you can't have that with the current actor for Severus because he's not pale. He's not hiding away in the dungeons with pale skin, like he never goes in the sun and is potentially a vampire. Like there were rumors, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is the books or the movies, that he was a vampire. And you can't, you've now taken that out. You can't have that. So it's just a weird thing to me. But I thought the trailer looked amazing. And I'm pretty excited for it. I think all the douchebags out there that are bullying the kids right now need to get a life and go do something else with their time. Because insulting the child actors for the way they look is disgusting behavior from adults. Like, get fucked. Go do something productive with your time, you little assholes. You know? I'm just saying. That's my thoughts. Oh no, we got a blueberry. Well, clearly no panthers are going to spawn down here. This is why it's so tough in a public lobby. Do you pay a monthly fee for AI or use free? I use free right now. I would consider potentially doing some paid stuff depending on what program I'm doing. But right now, everything is pretty accessible for free. Why did we stand up? Sit back down, girl. Let's go see if there's a panther at Harriet. Hey, Draken, how's it going? Welcome. I do think it's interesting that they did go with the Philosopher's Stone, I believe, in the trailer, right? Instead of Sorcerer's Stone. I always thought that was stupid that they changed it for Americans. Like, they thought that Americans would not understand, or they would think Philosopher's Stone was boring or something, so they had to make it more exciting to sell it, and I think that's kind of insulting. Like, I wish they had never changed it to Sorcerer's Stone in America. She's gonna spray me. I think she's gonna. Is she gonna spray? No, maybe not. She said not my concerns. We're probably okay. All right, we do not have a panther at her.
Fascinated, I can tell.
There's also potentially the panther that'll spawn around here, but it's pretty rare in a public lobby, so.
Good luck.
I might pay $15 for the Jack G Beach Plus. If you're using it a lot, one thing that I do like to do with my school stuff is I'll take a screenshot and add it. And you can only do a very limited amount of those, So in the States, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but in the United States, they changed the title of the first book to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone because they felt like that would be more exciting and sell more copies versus the Philosopher's Stone. So I am excited that they took the title of the trailer and it's back to Philosopher's Stone. And they didn't do, and even the movie is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in America. Because they thought sorcerer, you know, witches, like blah, blah, blah would be more exciting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think those will spawn during the day though, right? I don't know online they might. In story, those are nighttime spawns. Well, howdy.
Over here. Hey there, my horse. Well, you can see.
What did you do to your poor horse?
Time to give me a ride. You will?
Aw, damn it. I was kind of hoping it was going to be an ambush.
This is real nice.
They should have called it the Ores Stone instead. Or, I can't say that word.
You know that big fancy house they got?
I just stand on the big rock to get the big panther. Yeah. They will kill you dead. All right, we'll take him to the manor. I think the little church, will it spawn in the daytime and online? It might. It might. I know that's in story, that's a nighttime spawn. It can spawn during the day because like anything in this game, anything can spawn anytime just because the game will be glitchy, but I feel like I've run into it in the day down here. It's just, I don't think we're going to get one in a public lobby, honestly.
It's going to cut you up so bad, but it does. We was together for years.
Aw, he feels bad about his horse. So it's not the guy who like killed his horse.
I wouldn't push her too far. Should have stopped riding her a couple of weeks back. She was walking funny from the
You should have. Why did you get on her this morning if she was walking funny?
Sure do feel bad about it.
You didn't love her enough.
I'm sorry, you don't know me from Adam. Just a hell of a thing, that's all.
You should have let her rest, you monster. You're a monster. I'm very excited too for Prisoner of Azkaban because it's my favorite. It's my favorite book and my favorite movie. Okay, that's a lie. I might like Goblet of Fire book a little bit better than Azkaban, but the movie, definitely Azkaban. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I think the trailer is off to a really good start. It's true, technically he did kill his horse, but not maliciously, I guess. Just stupidity. There's one guy that maliciously kills his horse. He's like, I'm gonna shoot you dead. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. That was one of the stupidest movie decisions they made. And I hope they fix that in the... obviously, it's such a meme at this point. They have to fix that in the story. It's like such a meme. I think the idea too was the reason why they had Dumbledore act so calm and like there act calm. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Okay, no. Was so that when he became angry and was fighting against injustice, like you saw the massive difference in the power that he had because he had never been like angry before or like had those emotions. So it really took away from that reveal of him as the all-powerful wizard that he was. This guy has been inviting me to his Moonshine shack for quite a while. No, thank you. Oh, I haven't seen this one in a while. I I feel like there's like a lantern I can shoot in here, right? Ow, that was my spleen. I need to pick up some more fire bottles. Whoops. We overthrew there. Oh, here it is. Here's one lantern at least. That should spread. I would like to go sit in the sun today. Is that acceptable? The flying car from the second book was supposed to be in the Deathly Hallows, but they cut it for time costs. Yes, things like that. That's why I'm excited for a series, because they... Obviously, in movies, you have to cut out a lot of stuff because you have a limited amount of time, and then also you need to make it exciting to keep people's interest, so they make changes to the books to make it more exciting. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. Have you ever read the Lord of the Rings before? Let me tell you, amazing books. Highly recommend everybody reads them. The first 50 pages of the Fellowship, though, is a slog. It's hard to get through. It's the reason why it took me so long to finish the books, because the first 50 pages of the Fellowship are basically like... it's like they find they do the ring thing or whatever, but then it's like instead of immediately leaving town and off toward you know, the Bree, the hotel or whatever, it's like, oh, and they kept living their lives, and Frodo got older. He didn't actually leave until like he was 50, so that was like 15 years, right? Because I think it was 35 when they had the party. And so you have 15 years in the beginning pages of the books where they're doing nothing. And then they talk about a tree for like 10 pages. And you're like, oh my God, this should have been edited out. He needed an editor. So obviously they make decisions in movies, and they change the books to make them more exciting. So little things that they did in the movies. For example, I don't think Dobby is in Goblet of Fire at all, right? Like they completely removed his role. So little things like that, going back to making Ron intelligent and Hermione not giving all of Ron's intelligence to Hermione would be nice, because Ron comes from a wizarding family. There's things that he knows. And if you read the books, it's like he's the one suggesting the things that in the movie Hermione says. And so I hope they make those positive changes, for sure. But I think like there's going to be, obviously we have this idea of what the characters look like in our minds between the books and the movies, and they might not get that quite right. I don't think I saw a brief picture of Vernon Dursley, and he does not look like a big man, and Petunia doesn't look like she has an unusually large neck. But I felt like the casting in the movies was really good on them, but I don't know how I feel about it in the TV series, but like it's such a small part. My theory is they kept that because one of the faces Michael Gambon pulled was funny. How did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. It's hilarious that it's such a meme. Yeah, I know there's lanterns and all this, so you don't have to actually have anything to do that, but I didn't feel like looking for them. I found the one. I found the one lantern. I do need to get some more stuff though. Appreciate that, Ghost. Thank you so much. Dobby was in Goblet of Fire from the opening Quidditch match. Like in the movies? I can't remember. What is Dobby? So isn't Dobby the one that does the gillyweed in the books? Not Neville, I think. Hey, David. Good morning. How are you? The Hobbit was one of my favorite books to read. You know what? I don't know that I've actually read The Hobbit now that I think about it. No, I think I did. Actually, you know what? I did, because I was so pissed off that they split The Hobbit into 3 movies, as greedy bastards. I was like, that's right, because I was like, the third movie's not even in, there's nothing from the book in the third movie, because the book is short. Like, taking the Lord of the Rings trilogy and making it into 3 movies made sense. It was 3 books.
Hey, I see you there.
Do you?
misery coming your way, traitor.
We're gonna die!
Oh, what the hell?
I do have a gold course. I'm okay. I'm hiding behind a tree. I'm all bloody. Excuse me, sir. Can I should be able to cut him free, right? No? Can I? Is he dead? Did he die? Oh. I'm sorry. Did I wait too long? Did I take too long because I wasn't shooting them? Can I loot you? Sorry, buddy. Or does he always die? I don't know. Goodness. Oops, sorry about that. Clear my throat a little bit. Jess, that was me in The Lord of the Rings for so long.
Yep.
I would get bored trying to read those first like 50 pages, and then I'd stop, and then I'd have to start over. Once you get past that, though, the Lord of the Rings books are pretty good. They made Vernon Dursley a brunette. Wasn't he a brunette? Oh man, I'm getting hungry. So yeah, we'll see. I'm very mad that they're making these casting decisions. Not mad. I'm not very mad. Like, I'm disappointed in them. I'm disappointed in them for making an intentionally bad casting decision and trying to justify it and not listening to the entire fan base. Yeah. So that is really irritating to me. But I thought the trailer looked pretty good, so I am going to watch it. And if they do stupid shit, I'll stop watching it. Simple as that. And I'll just watch the movies. The movies aren't perfect either, though. I know that we've had the movies for a long time, and a lot of people really love them, and I love the movies, but they are not perfect. There are things that a TV series could potentially do better and give us... Because everybody's like, oh, they got it perfect in the Harry Potter movies. Like, there's no need to do a remake. And I'm like, the movies did an amazing job, but movies can only do so much. Like, I'm excited for a TV series that can really dive into the books a little bit more, give us those things that we didn't get to see, like the Death Day party, and like little details, things that we didn't get to see in the movies because you have to cut that out. You just don't have enough time. So I'm excited for that. Morning, Ducky. How's it going? Yes, Harry gave the money from the Triwizard Cup to the Weasley brothers, but didn't that end up being... That might have been a fanfic story. Like, the money ended up being fake or whatever. I think that was a fanfic story. I don't think that was in the books. All right, I gotta cook some fish. Finish Moto Feature Series. We're probably not gonna get that panther. What about the audiobooks? Dude, have you seen that they're doing like a live casting reading of the books? I am listening to those right now. I'm in Chamber of Secrets right now. Hugh Laurie is the voice of Dumbledore. They're actually really good. Let me look it up real quick. Got them in my library. I've got through like the 4th one in my library right now. So it's basically a full cast edition. Where can I get more information on this? Can I scroll up? No, I can't scroll up. You know, I love Audible, but Audible's interface is terrible. It really is. I don't know if all of them are out yet. I'm not sure. Okay, actually, it looks like they might be because here's Deathly Hallows and it looks like it's out. So Keira Knightley is in it. Michelle Gomez, Hugh Laurie. There's just a bunch of like names you would recognize. Oh no, it does say pre-order for Deathly Hallows. But yeah, they basically took Yeah, Laurie as Albus Dumbledore. Michelle Gomez is Professor McGonagall. Matthew McFadden is, I don't know how you say his name, is Lord Voldemort. They're actually pretty good. Just trying to look for something I was looking for, but I don't see it. So I'm enjoying this. Dr. House is Dumbledore. He is. I love so because Hugh has an accent. And so I love to hear his voice in the books because he doesn't in house, right? He's American in house, which is hilarious. People that could do that. He was actually born on the day I was born, but many years before me. Many years before me. Where was he born? He was born in Oxford, Oxford, England. Stephen Fry is another good one. So if you're going to listen to the audiobooks and you're okay, and you're not going to get the live cast versions, there's two different people that read them. Shit. Stephen Fry is the better choice, I think. Jim Dale. Jim Dale's the other one. Jim Dale's good, but Stephen Fry is amazing. So if you're going to get the regular one, Stephen Fry, I highly recommend if you can find them. But if you can do the live cast ones, the full cast, I think those are worth it for sure. Yes, that's my point, Jess. There were so many characters they could have made racially diverse. Remus, Sirius, Dumbledore, and mostly any of the professors, mostly. And it would have been fine. It's just they picked the one character they knew was going to be a problem. And I feel like they did that intentionally. I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, what was I doing? I'm unfocused. I probably need to do some bounties. We could do the feature series, but I don't think we're going to get a panther, so we don't need to do. If we get the panther, we'll do the feature series. All right, 2 bounties completed with at least one other posse member. Oh, these are terrible. These are terrible bounty hunter challenges. Those are awful. We could check and see if we have a Moonshine ready. Go check and see where our Moonshine is. Those are like the worst bounty challenges I've seen in a while. Why am I all blurry? Look at me. I've seen that glitch before. It's weird. I don't know what does it. That's so weird. Hey, Havoc, how's it going? It has been a while since I've heard the Yosemite Sam rant. Yosemite. I will say, here's another one, Jess. Have you guys seen the trailer for Moana? I was really excited for Moana. Oh, excuse me, sir.
You can ship it whenever you like.
Excuse me, sir. Get out of my way.
I have some ideas.
You're in front of the table. I think I just bumped him out of the thing, but he was literally in front of the table.
Faites attention. The time has come, yes?
The time has come, yes.
The new batch is prepared.
I can't believe it's been 48 minutes since I did a Moonshine.
Impressing, yes? I have done
Yeah,
my
Moana's
part.
new trailer.
Now you must do yours.
I was so excited for it. I don't know how I feel about it.
Superior. Something that will bring them crawling.
To be fair, I actually didn't watch the full thing. I think once we got to the rock, I was like, oh man. I think I need to go back and watch the full thing. I mean, I wanted to go to the theater to see Moana. I was like, this is going to be amazing. The little bit I'd seen of it so far, I was like, this is going to be awesome to see on the big screen. I'm someone who doesn't mind live action remakes of like classic stuff or like Disney movies. If they do a good job. There's some where they don't do a good job. But when I saw the trailer, I was like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to the movie theater for this. I want to see Hoppers now. And Gypsy was like, he's like, because he saw the trailer and thinks it looks terrible. And then I said the other day, I was like, oh man, I was like, I really want to see Hoppers. It looks good. And he's like, okay, we can go to the theater. He's such a good guy. And I was like, no, that's okay. We can watch it when it comes out on Disney. I don't love going to the theater, so unless it's something that I think is necessary to see on the big screen, I'll wait until it comes out. Now, Scream, I went and saw it because Scream is my, like, I love watching the Scream movies, and so I have to always go see them in theater. But otherwise, there's a lot of stuff I can wait for. But I thought Moana would look so good on the big screen, but I was like, ooh. I was like, I don't know. You probably wouldn't go to the cinema to watch it because it's live action remake. Yeah, see, Moana though is so like cinematic. I feel like the big screen would be amazing, but like, yeah, the trailer, I'm not convinced on the trailer. We might have to pass on that. I'll watch it when it comes out on Disney if we don't go. I think the next one, obviously Spider-Man New Day. If we don't go see Moana, Spider-Man, is it a brand new day? I will 100% see that one in the theater. And I'm just hoping that they fix the end of the last Spider-Man because I hate how it ended. And they need to fix it. They need to fix it. But they're going to spend most of the movie with it not being fixed, and I'm just going to be pissed off the whole time. I'm like, fix it early. But they can't because it was a major thing. Like, I get it. Yeah, the theater can sometimes be... I don't always like to go sit in a theater. Oh, man, stop shooting my moonshine. Stop dodging right as I'm shooting you, monsters. Gonna break my moonshine. What the hell? Keep your distance. Dude, it is a big world, my guy. You can ride anywhere else. Spider-Man has the most abuse in comic history. Doggy never gets happy endings. I know, it's so sad. He needs a happy ending. This is where I'll be okay if they deviate from the comics, from the source. There's some good live action remakes that I've really enjoyed. Beauty and the Beast I thought was amazing. I loved the Mulan. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I really liked it. So here's the thing for me with live action remakes. It either has to hold really true to the original story and just be a really good live action remake of the original that follows the same everything, or it has to change enough to offer something different that is also amazing and can be like appreciated in its own right. And I think Mulan did the second of that. Mulan changed things up a little bit, but in a way that gave it a realism and something really special as a live action. It didn't follow the exact Disney like cartoon version, but it gave us a really good live action version. Beauty and the Beast, on the other hand, I thought was pretty much very true to the original, and they didn't deviate too much. I mean, obviously there were some differences because it's live action versus a cartoon. But I loved both of them. So there's some really good... Lilo and Stitch. I thought they did a really good job with Lilo and Stitch. Little Mermaid was okay. I didn't think it was great. I didn't like The Lion King, but I did like Mufasa. And I think one of the reasons is that The Lion King deviated, like changed too much maybe, and the songs, I don't know. The Lion King I did not like, but Mufasa, because it was an original story, I thought was really good. Ooh, sorry, sir. I don't go to the cinema that often. The last time I went to the cinema was to see the Barbie movie. I've never seen the Barbie movie. That's funny. That's funny because Gypsy has seen the Barbie movie and I have not. Last time I went to the cinema, I watched the FNAF movie, the second one. The last time I was at the theater was to see Scream, the latest Scream, and that was in February. Before that, I can't remember when we went and saw. I go to the theater way more than I normally would because I go with Gypsy. He likes to go see anything Marvel. He likes to go see on the big screen, anything Godzilla. There are a couple things that he likes to go see like on the big screen. Scream, not Scary Movie, Scream. So with Nev Campbell back, what was it? Are we up to Scream 7 or 8? I can't remember where we're at now. Let's see. 4, 5 was just Scream, and then there's Scream 6. So Scream 7. Scream 7. Last time I went to the theater, I was watching Finding Dory. That was a long time ago. I watched the Barbie movie. Yeah, I've never seen the Barbie movie, but I do like the one song from there, right? I think, is it Billie Eilish's song? The I used to float, now I just fall down. I think that's in the Barbie movie, right? Like her identity. I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. The What Was I Made For? What Was I Made For song. And I actually really like that song. I guess I should watch it at some point. There is a new Scary Movie coming out, though. Is that releasing sometime this year? I don't even know. I think it looks hilarious. The Scary Movies, like, don't care about offending anybody. It's sort of like South Park. They'll offend everybody, anybody and everybody. And I think that's the way comedy, honestly, that's the way comedy should be. People get so offended nowadays at comedy, but comedy should be something that transcends that, honestly. Oh man, I got a blue dot nearby. There's been a lot of blue dots in this lobby. They might alert my guys here. Pushing the grandma joke in the first Scary Movie. Dude, I love that they make fun of all the horror movies. Do you still have a gold? You don't have a golden core anymore. The golden cores are not lasting very long here. Find the target. Well, let's just start shooting. Here's the target. I like how Rockstar automatically locks on them. He's escaping. No, sir.
Just stop. Ah, good lord. What the hell?
What in the hell?
I think you pay for that.
Come back, horse.
I'm gonna get out of these ropes and we'll strangle you with them.
Howdy, happy weekend. I'm gonna say Nicole, and that is probably not even close to what you want to be called. Dude, these ad handles mess me up. When I can't figure out if you've been in here before, and if I can't figure out what your actual name was and like which one it corresponds to. All right, look here, sir. The ad handles, I just gotta try to like guess which part of it to abbreviate to make a name. You hear that, YouTube? You suck. I wish they would put like your actual YouTube name in parentheses or something. All these trees, man. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
Damn it,
dun,
of
dun,
course
dun.
this happens.
I always like to do a couple like to the sides there as I ride by a blueberry just in case they try to take a shot at me. Yes, name's Nicole. Okay, been watching your streams years. Yes, and some of the times the YouTube handles will like sort of match what your YouTube name is, and sometimes they don't at all. So it can be hard for me to pick out. Yeah, because they don't always match exactly. It's crazy. Some of them are really different because it just depends on how you set it up. Sometimes you just have the standard one. Sometimes you change it a little bit, but it's wild that they decided to stick with the ad handle. Like, I understand why it's supposed to protect streamers. Like, I get it because an ad handle is unique, and so it stops out on people trolling by getting the same name. Like, I totally understand all that. But it does make it more difficult for streamers. It's messier. It's harder to read chat with the ad handles. The names don't always match, so you might have somebody who's been subscribed and you've chatted with for years that suddenly you don't know who it is because the ad handle doesn't match the YouTube name. So it's just a weird decision they make. And it's not just me. Like, there are legitimately very large streamers that don't like the ad handles.
I'll make you pay for that.
So I wish there was a way for them to, like, combine the two.
Good business. Damn good business. There's your piece of silver.
There's your piece of silver. Oh, I should have looked at how much time until Harriet's stuff changed. We could have seen if it was going to change soon to see if there was a panther at one of them. My YouTube name is the same as my ad handle. Yeah, and a lot of people's are. Mine is, because I deliberately went in and made it like that. But not everybody's are. Also, do all the Harriets have all the same missions, or are there different ones at different Harriets, like different legendary animals? I can't remember that. It's been a while since I've done a legendary animal at Harriet. Hey, Alex, how's it going? You remember when I asked how to move my camp to Big Valley? Yes, near the river. I did exactly how you told me it worked, except when I was about to change the location, a bear killed me. That's such a rock star thing. Hey, good on you, Blueberry. Probably thought I was going to kill him because I was just standing there. Let's just go to McFarland's and go out. There's a Harriet over there. Nice. I'm glad it worked. Yeah, it's a pretty good way of getting up in the valley. But I didn't even think about it because was it Corbin or somebody suggested going to Coulter and setting it up, because it will, wherever you are, it's going to try to set up camp as close to you as possible. So theoretically, if you just fast travel to Coulter and set up camp in the valley, it should set up in one of those good valley spots. I've never tried that. I gotta try it. But yeah, that's the way I do it. It just requires a little extra riding up there. All right. You know what? I should look up where Harriet is because I don't actually know. Whoops! Are these wolves? Sorry, buddy. I was in the menu. I was in the map. No, I'm going to Harriet, wolves. I don't need you to attack me right now because she's gonna yell at me.
You're buttering me up, aren't you? Someone's looking for a treat.
Aw, is she talking to a little armadillo? Got it, ma'am. Okay, we got a cougar.
Remember, only the
Changes in
fool
15 minutes.
resists wisdom. The wise
Bison, cougar,
know
and the boar.
they
No
always
panther.
have more to
So now
learn.
I have to test to see if it's the same at all locations. You just got the 1800 gold quarter again? Got 4 of them? Nice. I still think I don't have one from selling. Ah, yeesh. These wolves, man. Trying to get me in trouble. All right, so there's the one in LaGrau. There's the one here. There's the one in Big Valley. Where else does Harriet have? Places. I guess at this point I can just ride to McFarland's. I'm right here. I can go to my camp. I was almost to the fast travel. If I go to camp, she's got a spot out in the valley, and I should be in the valley still. They do. The wolves want me. They're mean. I'm trying to keep them alive. Another Yosemite Sam rant. The hilarious thing is, not Yosemite Sam, but Bugs Bunny, Daffy, and Lola Bunny are all in Fortnite right now. And they're bringing Hades and Hercules and Meg. Oh, look, there's more wolves here. I can hear him. Oh, he's laying down. Drank toothpaste juice. Ew. John Marston, that would have been amazing. Or Arthur Morgan. And would fit in with guns, you know? Be a little Arthur. I'm on hiatus from purchasing anything from Fortnite right now, though. I refuse. Actually, that's not true. I did buy something for the first time in months the other day, but it was for Gypsy because he bought me a couple things. So I was like, I'm going to get you something back. Otherwise, I'm refusing to buy V-Bucks and buying any skins or anything in the game. There's been some stuff I've been like, yeah, I like that, but you are a douchebag company right now, and I am not enjoying your game. So I was like, I'm not monetarily supporting it at the moment. Imagine we get Dutch on Fortnite. I would definitely not play as Dutch. I hate Dutch. Wasabi ice cream? That is a no thank you for me. I want ice cream to be delicious and sweet and sugary and smooth. I don't want no spice. Is that two bears? Was that two bears grizzlies right there? Oh, and they didn't even react.
That should do it.
Why is he running away? That is a grizzly. Right? Oh, he's angry now. He's angry now. I thought he was bugged. I wanted to go pet him. I thought he was bugged. We're stuck on a tree. We're stuck on a tree. We're stuck on a tree.
Hey there. I don't
Don't
bite.
bite.
You know, I leave that to my friends. Oh, good. I was starting to think I might not see you again. Explore,
She likes me now.
examine. Lots to
Can I
look
hit
at.
the missions button, ma'am? Okay, so it is the same at everybody. But it just changed in 11 minutes, so we could
Pushing on the boundaries of
potentially...
consciousness. Very good. Until next time.
Could potentially get a... Panther, maybe. I lost my train of thought. It'd be cool if we did get Dutch, though. We have a plan. Dude, for the longest time, there was like leaks and they thought that Lord of the Rings was gonna come to Fortnite. And I was like, if we do not get a you shall not pass emote, I will be so disappointed. I was like, I'm gonna go everywhere in Fortnite and just be like, you shall not pass. Like slam my pickaxe down. And we did not get it. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. It is nighttime, so we could try for the nighttime spawns in Le Gras. There's been a lot of people in this lobby, though, so... So we'll go to Le Gras, and then we'll try to go over near the small church and do some of the... There's a couple nighttime spawns. I don't know how accurate in online they are versus story. I know them in story a little bit better. And I know you run into them over there. I just don't know if it's stuck to nighttime. Hello, Panther. Come attack me. I'm riding through the swamps. Got a little black bear. Does this trolley go to Tahiti? I love Arthur's one-liners. They are hilarious. Is that Foreman with an E? I want to get it right for the Undertaker. Don't forget the quarter. Shut up, Arthur. They're the best. Arthur is probably one of my favorite video game characters of all time. All right. Here, Panther, Panther. Oh, whoa, we got one, we got one.
Yep.
I heard it. Perfect. There you go. So if you're looking, even online, that showed up. So the small church is here. And yeah, the Panther will spawn all in this area. And then there's also a spot. I think it's over here. That a Panther will spawn. Yeah, I don't think it's up here. Down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in this area. Also, the legendary Panther will spawn here. The white one is one of the spots. Oh, it's only a 1-star. Just skin it. Yeah, Arthur is so sassy and I'm here for it. But he's so, like, the reason why I love Arthur, yes, he's a complex character. Yes, he does bad things. But, like, he's kind to the people that he cares about, like the ladies, the things that he does. He's sassy. He's got a sense of humor. Like, he's just a good video game character. Now, obviously, you can play him as a ruthless outlaw if you want and choose all the terrible dialogue options. That's a choice. That is not how I see canon Arthur, though. Just so you know, if you're playing him as a ruthless murderer who doesn't care about anybody, I mean, that is a choice. That is a choice that is allowed in the game. It's not the right choice, by the way, but it is a choice. All right, since we got the Panther, anybody know what was just the featured series this week? Let's look. Hardcore elimination series. I think if you just go, oh no, because you have to do the whole thing. Do I want to play a featured series? Not really. I want to have dresses for the male characters. I think all the clothing should just be for every character. There's an outfit that the male characters can buy that I really want, but I can't have because I'm a female character. Named your horse cannon fodder. That took me in so fast. Did I actually pick featured series? Hardcore means no tonics. Your health and deadeye and stamina are all base. Force weapons, I believe. Crop tops for men. I mean, that's a choice. That's a choice. You are certainly welcome to... Like I said, in Disney Dreamlight, all the clothing is for everybody. So you have these male characters in these like ball gowns and stuff, and it looks ridiculous. It's hilarious. I don't remember. This is a good group in here. I don't remember Make It Count. I remember which one this is. True Tester was also to use nothing but ancient tomahawks. That's right, to be the last one standing. With a gradually shrinking play area, there's nowhere to run. You just have to complete it. You don't have to win. You don't have to... Oh, winter outfit. We're a little chilly. Crop tops for men. Yikes, I'm not sure if I want that visual in my head. I don't even really like crop tops on women. I don't know, crop tops look weird to me. Baby ruthless. I love it. Oh shit, I'm the only one not rated up. I'm an asshole. Oh no, okay, immediately 2 more people joined. Fuck. I'm not used to people all readying up in a mode. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, are we broken or are we gonna actually go in? I'll give it another couple seconds. If it doesn't go in, I'm just gonna quit to free roam. Oh, it won't even let me quit to free roam. Okay. Oh, I can hit circle to quit. It kind of feels like it's a little broken. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. By the way, guys, I'm not even going to really attempt to win this. I just want to finish it for the daily. This is hardcore. I haven't done PvP in so long. And I certainly haven't thrown a tomahawk in many moons. Many, many moons. I know for this one, so if you are legitimately trying to win these, the best, if I remember from Make It Count, the best kind of strategy is to stick along the outer edges of the map and move in as the circle moves in, because if you're in the middle, I believe you can't see player dots unless they're standing still. And so anybody could be coming up behind you and you wouldn't know. So you want to kind of use a little bit of strategy, use cover. So for example, this is the entire map here. So you would want to kind of go along the outer edge, and then as the circle moves, you would want to move in. I don't think I can go up here. Can I go up here? Oh, I can go up here. There's a red dot in front of us. Oh, wait a minute. Does it give red dots on the map, or... Oh, no, these guys are just standing still. So these guys are standing still anytime you see a red dot. So no access to consumables, ability cards, or special ammo types. All players' health and stamina have been set to the same. So that's what hardcore is. The yellow will show you what the area is shrinking to. So you can see I would have to move up to here. You can also see the snow adds a layer of... Is everybody just AFK in this mode to get the daily, or are people just trying to bait you in? People might be trying to bait you in. I don't know that I could hit somebody. There you go. Somebody killed somebody else. I don't know if I could hit somebody with this tomahawk realistically. I haven't thrown a tomahawk in this game, and it's been a while. Okay, so somebody was AFK. They killed themselves. They're probably out of bounds or jumped off something. I don't know if you have to stay in the mode to get the... to actually get the daily. The other thing is your controller should start vibrating when somebody's nearby, I think. If they still do it the same way. I also named my horse Juno after the Ellen Page movie. Badminton training is so intense. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I could not hit a birdie with a badminton to save... or like in badminton. Couldn't hit the birdie with my racket to save my life. I'm pretty sure one tomahawk hit will do it. If you get close enough to tackle somebody before they hit you with it, then that would probably work. If you stay still too long, you're visible. So I just became visible to other players. I don't know how long that lasts either. Somebody's near me. Somebody's really close to me. I'm gonna die. I can't see with all these trees. These are so long, too. These are like 10 minutes long. Whoops, somebody died right in front of me. Oh, I'm visible because I'm not moving. Shit. Someone's up behind me. Damn it. Someone got up behind me. I gotta move in. Somebody's here. I'm gonna get a tomahawk to the back. I go up here? Whoops. I cannot. Down to 4. Well, this is a weird area. I'm definitely getting a little bit of vibrating, so I don't know if they're down. Alright, it's moving again. I can't get up there! Somebody's here. I'm gonna die! Somebody's right here. They moved? No, they're still here. Oh, I'm out of bounds. I'm out of bounds! They're like right here behind one of these trees. This gives me anxiety. Rather you play this than me. I don't want to be playing it. Oh, shit. I don't actually know how to hit with it. How do you how do you hit with the tomahawk? I was trying to tackle him, it didn't work. Maybe you can't tackle because you don't have any stamina. How do you I have to try it. We'll have to pull it out when I get out of here. Guys, can you just find each other and end this, please? There's only 2 left. If it ends, then we don't have to go sit the whole 4 minutes. How do you swing your tomahawk? Is it like R2? Come on, my guy. Go find the other one, please. I don't want to wait out this entire 3 minutes. So he's baiting. He's trying to show where he is so that people will come to him. I can't see nothing. It's too snowy. Now, I didn't kill anybody, so there's no way somebody follows me out of this match to murder me. You only have to worry... Oops, did he just kill himself? That'd be hilarious. I'd be for it. Come on, guys. We don't need to wait out the entire 3 minutes. Go run at each other. Gladiator style. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I actually didn't mind make account when I was doing PvP, but I've never done the hardcore stuff either with like no tonics and stuff like that, or no health. But every time because I've won make account before with the tomahawk, but I've always thrown it at them. So I don't know, because this is free aim also, and I don't know how you swing it. It didn't, like, I tried to hit the button to swing and it didn't. And it could be because they were already in animation of killing me. Because if they get the animation first, it does win out. So I'll have to try it when we got to pull it out and go after some NPC enemies and see. It's got to be like R2, I'm thinking. But maybe it's like, I will say, playing Crimson Desert with the controls like they are, it is difficult for me to go to other games now, and because everything's so different, like running, jumping, like attacking, and so I get mixed up on which one I'm in. But I don't think it's triangle or square, right? So that's Crimson Desert. I want to say it's R2 or R1. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to drag this out to the bitter end. Then it's going to go into overtime. Please, please. Guys are driving me crazy. Howdy. Is that Phasius? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Come on, you guys can do it. I believe in you. 30 seconds left. Come on, who's gonna win it? Oh, he's on your left. He's on your left. Oh. The guy with the face mask. Okay, so this should get us the daily. We're just slow. Hopefully it doesn't take us right into another match. Hopefully it puts us in a lobby. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even see how much money we got. We may have been able to move to a different lobby and it still would have counted for the daily, but I didn't want to do it again, so I didn't want to take the chance that I was gonna have to do it again. Man, these menus. Whew. Sometimes because it takes so long on these loading screens, it puts you directly back in another lobby. Or in another, like, match, not lobby. You can do it, you can do it. You can do it, you can do it. Oh my gosh, it's been 84 years. All right, quit. Yes. Are you good there? Anybody who knows me knows that sitting around and doing nothing is not my strong suit. All right, let's see if it counted. Yay, it counted. Nice. We just need to cook some fish and we are 7 for 7. That's gonna be the first time in a while because there's always like 3 PvP challenges and they're always dumb. Like there's an easy one and then there's like something like I don't know, kill 2 people in 1 or melee weapons only. And I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing, guys. If somebody is shooting at you with a gun and you're trying to kill them with a melee weapon, you're probably going to lose that fight 9.5 times out of 10. Right? You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. You just don't. All right, let's go cook some fish. Some fish. We have to cook Outer Wilderness Camp anyway. Do we have flaky fish? We do. Okay, we have flaky fish. That's nice. Let's use some time. I think it's this camp here, though, that doesn't count it when you do 3, if I'm not mistaken. There's something that doesn't count when you do 3. You still have to do, so... I just ate 3 flaky fish. Okay, that's excessive. Excessive. I meant to store it. I didn't mean to eat it. I'm generally starting to get burnout for this game. Oh, that's a shame. If you're getting burnout, that's like totally understandable. Do you have other games that you can play and, you know, just... I would say that there were times that I got a little burnt out on this game because I was grinding so much. I need to switch back to 1 because now I'm just wasting fish. Oh shit, I'm gonna run out of fish. I'm gonna run out of flaky fish. Damn it, and I didn't get it because... Oh no, I only had to cook 3. So that should have worked. Did I get it? I have plenty of games I need to beat. Yeah, sometimes it's just a simple matter of not playing as much and like taking a step back and doing other things. I went from grinding this game because I had certain goals, doing full collector runs, you know, playing hours each day. And then I got to a point where I was like, yeah, I'm really happy with where my character is. I don't have any real desire to grind to rank 1,000. When I'm like 950, when I get there, I get there. It'll probably take another few years. And now I just hop in and I ride around and I do a little collecting and I just enjoy the world. But I have other games that I'm playing. I've Disney Dreamlight Valley, where I'm very into the artistic side of like creating these pictures for a competition that happens each week. I'm very into Crimson Desert right now, just loading in and riding around the world and kind of exploring and figuring all that out. So I have other things that I can hop into. Diablo's new season came out, so like ranking up a new character. We are still playing Fortnite, even though it sucks right now. So yeah, it's you just made me hungry for fish and chips. I'm so hungry right now. I haven't eaten yet today, and I'm like hungrier than normal, I feel like. It is almost 11, to be fair. But all of a sudden, I just got like really hungry. I need to make some fries. I got this new thing that slices up the fries for you. And it's so much better than cutting fries. Because they're all the same. It's nice because you get them all the same, like, size. Versus if I'm cutting them, who knows what I'm going to end up with. What? Didn't I start? Oh, I did a second delivery and I didn't come back. Okay, that's why. I was like, wait a minute. I know I came back and did it, but I forgot I did it again. My bad. Okay, I'm sorry I haven't been out there doing revenue blocks and stuff, okay? I'm sorry.
Very nicely.
When you play multiple games at the same time, you lose interest really quick. Maybe it's just me. I don't mind switching around because my brain, I just sometimes I can't just focus on one thing. So I'm okay swapping around. Sometimes I have to swap around a few times a night just to figure out what I want to do for the night. I watched Zootopia 2 last night while I was doing it. I was just voting on dream snaps during it. So I was in a video game, but I wasn't playing. I was just voting on snaps. And yeah, my brain has a really hard time just doing one single activity without anything else happening. So I don't mind like swapping around. And I might move through 2, 3, 4 games in a gaming session based off just, I might do a little bit in Crimson Desert, then hop in and kill some monsters in Diablo, and then ride around and collect in Red Dead, and then hop on and collect my stuff in Disney, you know? So I might just swap around. Play a Phasmo. I might do one Phasmo game. So yeah, I'm weird. So Zhuo does where he plays a game and he plays it until it's complete. And a lot of people are like that. Like you pick up a game and you play just that game until you finish that game. I can't do that. Now, if I'm really enjoying the game, I will play it the most. Ghost of Yote, for example, man, I crushed that game. I played 60 hours in such like a short period of time. Like quickly, because I was just on hours, you know, in a row between the streams and then like on my own. Because I loved it so much. But I was still doing other stuff, yeah. I don't know how people play for 8 hours straight. 8 hours straight is excessive. I'm not gonna lie. I rarely game for that long. I mean, my gaming sessions nowadays are, you know, maybe an hour or two sometimes. Like, you know, we might log on at like, because I'm the type of person where I might log on and do something for like 20 minutes in a video game and then log off and not log back in until an hour later. Like I'll hop on and do it. You'll see me hop in and out of like games. But I can't sit for 8 hours and just game. I get burnt, like totally burnt out. Unless there's a new game that I'm really into. And even then, like I feel exhausted at the end of a long gaming session. Like there are times in the past where I've certainly gamed for 8 hours in a row on Red Dead, for sure. Especially when I was playing through the story the first time. But yeah, it's exhausting. I find that I go through phases for games. At the moment, I'm in a multiple game phase, so I like to play Sims or World of Warcraft at the moment. But I think I may be in the verge of a Red Dead phase. I get into Red Dead like phases where I'm like, I just really want to collect, and I'm in Red Dead all the time collecting. 2 hours max for me, and then I turn off the console. Yeah, so right now, so Gypsy and I don't live together. So one way that we hang out a lot is online through when we're on PlayStation chat and like doing some gaming. So I do probably game and I'm online a little bit more than I necessarily want to have a headset on for right now, just to spend time with him, especially because there are some nights we don't hop on at all, because he's flying or he's busy, or even I'm busy with school or whatever. It's like when I get the chance. But even then, like, the most we would probably do in a night, and it's certainly not anything close to every night, like, if we hop on early, like at 5 or 5:30, like, we might go until 9 or 10. But that is pretty rare. And it does get to be where I'm just like, man, I need to get this headset off. But I'm doing it more because I want to hang out with him. That's rather than I want to be like in gaming. Because again, I'm the type of person that would hop in, game for 30 minutes, do something, and then I would go sit outside and read, or I'd go for a walk, you know, or I'd clean something. I do a lot of my cleaning and gaming together, so I'll like game for a little bit and then go clean something and then like game a little bit more. It's hard for me to just sit and focus. I can't sit and focus on one thing for like 8 hours for sure. Okay. So we're not for sure going to do the daily roll challenges. There are some terrible ones too. The bounty hunter ones were awful. Bye, Jose. Have a great rest of your day. Let me check what time we're at. Okay, we're just shy of 2 hours, so we're not going to get any of those. We could get the rest of our camp stews eaten, but not necessarily. Don't necessarily have to do that. Let's do a couple of these collecting things here. We could do that. Are these little birds nearby, or is this ambient noise? Grab a couple of them. We always need to have small pocket animals for challenges. I enjoy games on 30 FPS more than 60 FPS. For me, it doesn't really matter. I know some people, like, they'll play a 60 FPS game and then they'll be like, oh, I could never go back to 30 FPS. And I'm like, it doesn't really bother me. You know, I come from the 8-bit era of games. Like, gaming, I mean, I look around at these games, like Red Dead. Obviously, Red Dead's 30 FPS. And I'm like, just freaking amazing. You see these graphics? Holy shit. Like, how much better could it get? Obviously, there are games that look better, using more, you know, up-to-date technology. But at the same time, I'm like, this is so damn good. People are just picky. And I get if you're playing, like, an FPS game, like, you need to have higher everything because you're shooting, and that's important. So, like, I get it. I understand why. But when you're playing a single-player game, like, I don't know. I don't notice it or care. That much. There are certain things that bother me. Crimson Desert does have a bit of an issue with popping, like stuff popping in. So yeah, that stuff can be a little distracting, but at the same time, like, does it look relatively good? Does it run relatively good? I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. Got a whole bunch of little pocket critters to fill up our satchel. Alright, what was it for collector? We got coins, sold, and fossils. Alright, we got 1 coin in Manzanita. Or not Manzanita, but where is she? She's out at Emerald, and there's a coin nearby. Alright, let's go get this coin. We get the coin near Armadillo, and then we can get the coin near her. Sell our things. I'm honestly debating whether I get a modded PS2 or not, just to revive the old days. There are some really good games for me, course games on PS2 that I'd love to be able to go back and play. But I do wonder now, after having played something like a Red Dead with the horses here, if I would even be able to do it. Because I know they're clunky. But like when you're playing them, you don't notice it until you then play something better and try to go back and play it. There was one game, I forget the name, but it was eventing. So you basically did dressage, then you went into cross country, then you went into show jumping. I can only imagine how clunky that would be to go back and try and play it. 17.92 quarter. Not the quarter I'm looking for. But I suppose it'll have to do. Alright, let's go to Armadillo. Actually, there's two pretty close by in Armadillo. We could get both of those. Guess I probably could take my winter outfit back off. Since we're in the desert area. No? You don't want to change? Wait. Wait, am I losing my mind? What happened? Where's my outfits? That was weird. Maybe because I was standing... No, because on your horse. You can change it on the horse. I'm confused. I'm confusion. Manhunt series? I don't know what that is. Video game? I think it was that one, Jess. I was gonna say it, but then I was like, ooh, I can't remember if that was it or not. I think it was that one. And I really liked that. I know the dressage was all very, like, rhythmic, but I still enjoyed it. I thought that was fun. I could hear some of the games in my head, too. Like, how they sound. And I think they were all on... Because I didn't have a PS1. I think my older brother had a PS1, but I wasn't really into gaming back then. I did... we had like a Nintendo. We had like Mario and all that. And then I really liked Shining Force on Sega Genesis. But then I didn't really game much after that, I remember. We did a little bit. Like there was Perfect Dark on Nintendo 64. So I can remember like each system we had growing up. Switching and like what games we played. But then after that, there was a period where... I don't think I really did much until I think I bought a PS2 for myself and got a bunch of horse games and played that. And then PS3 for Red Dead 1, PS4 for Red Dead 2. And then after Red Dead 2, I got into Red Dead Online, and that led me to gaming with other people and then eventually streaming and creating videos. It's a crazy world. I would have laughed in your face if you told me I'd be streaming one day. I'd be like, nah, I don't like... I'm too introverted to do that. I think it would take a lot for me to stream on camera, though. I would be too self-conscious. I would be thinking about, like, just not able to relax the whole time, I think. It's a Rockstar game? Interesting. Ooh, do we have the Gila? We do. Static Gila spawn. Ooh, he's not even running. What are you doing, buddy? There he goes. Him's got stuck. I love their little run. Like, there's a bunch of Rockstar stuff that doesn't necessarily fit in today's world of what people find acceptable. Can you imagine? Everybody's like, oh, I want them to make a Bully 2. Can you even imagine in today's society them creating a Bully 2? Goodness. All right, let's go sell our things. Yeah, I don't think Bully would go over so well. Honestly, I don't think it would. Now, to be fair, I didn't play Bully 1, so I guess I don't 100% know everything that happened in the game, but I mean, with a name like Bully, like, I can guess. Excuse me, madam. There you are. The first game I played from Rockstar was Manhunt on PS1. This game was sick. Sometimes I played GTA 5, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is perfection. Yeah, I can't get through GTA 5. I've tried. I didn't play any of the earlier ones though, so to be fair, my first experience with GTA was 5.
Have a look. Let's see the fruits of your labor. Charming but
Commonplace.
Done. But the whole set is worth your while.
Alright, I think I sold 3, so it should be good, but let's just take a peek.
Very well.
I pay more for the whole set, you know. I feel like her next one is going to be alright!
Quite.
No. Okay.
Mundane,
Quite
but
mundane. I will take it. There we go. There it is.
Selling these
As they said, you know.
Oh, you held on to that one, huh?
Imagine, what would have been the first game I ever played in my entire life? Probably either Mario or Legend of Zelda. Maybe. I don't know. One of those. Alright, well, we're definitely not getting those. We're 4 or 9. And there's just no way. We can't do any of the bounty hunter ones. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could actually do 9 technically. All right, let's go to our Moonshine Shack. Now that I look at some of the other ones. We'll do the interactions at the door. Was it drink? I was like play with the band or like dance with the band or something. Something. We probably have 10 small pocket pets now because I just got all those birds. Could eat 3 camp stews. Like technically it's doable. Let's just see how close we get. Interaction number 1. I love how you can get drunken player interaction with like fighting with the door. I am fighting with the door. That's such a very drunk thing to do, I feel like. Fighting with the door again. There we go. Let's see. Dance for 2 minutes. I had a PS1 and PS2 and PS3 and PS4 and now PS5. So you had all of them. I'm pretty sure my older brother had a PS1. I do vaguely remember that. I don't remember playing anything on it though.
I hear no end to your kindnesses.
Super Mario Brothers 3 was amazing, and the original one. We did play 2 as well, which was not that good, honestly. Did anybody like 2? I feel like 2 was weird. You want to play the music, darling? Let's go.
All right, fellers. Give them what they paid for.
Do 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 do. Yeah, 3 was. I loved 3. You get to a certain point though where you can't save in those games, so like, how do you beat it? Because like once you could you? I don't think you could save, right? So it's just like when you end the gaming session, you have to like start back at the beginning. Now Zelda, you could save though. Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda is probably like one of my favorites of all time. I don't know that I beat Ganon though and level 9 as a child. Probably not. Probably not until I was an adult and I could look up a guide on how to get through the 9th dungeon, because the 9th dungeon was a maze. And dude, the sword guys will fuck you up, man. They'll mess you up. Especially the blue ones. I remember with the sword guys using the doorway because they couldn't get you in the doorway and like coming in a little bit and hitting them and like going back in the doorway. But if you went back too far, it would take you into the other room and it would reset all your hits. And I was like, damn it. I hated it though when you'd go into a room with the sword guys and then all the doors would lock behind you and you couldn't use the doorways. And I'm like, no. Do 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 do. This is so upbeat, so jaunty. I think this was an Outlaw Pass dance, right? The graceful dance? I don't think you can get this one. This is my favorite dance. Nice. Alright, we're at 6. Okay. Okay, bye, Madison. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. See, we have some fresh customers. Do we now? All right, let's go eat some camp stews, see if we have 10 animals to donate, and then we just need to find some fossils. Which we can go to the north for that. The north. Actually, there's a couple near our camp, too. The Wanderer returns. All right, do I have 6 small animals to donate? That is the question.
Supplies are running
3, 4, 5. Yes, 10. Okay, sweet.
This is good quality.
This is good quality.
Good stuff. Very nice.
Okay, I do also need to do a resupply, it looks like. Zelda's legendary. My first computer was the Commodore 64 with dataset and floppy disk drive. I got it in 1989 and the C64 is still running. I wish, so there are a couple games that I can play. I can play, dude, what could I play Legend of Zelda on? Do I even have that now where I could play it? I don't think I can. What could I play that on? I could play it on the Wii. I remember that. I don't have a Wii anymore. I don't know if there is a way. Maybe I do have it on PC now. I can play Shining Force, which is one of my favorite Sega Genesis. I can actually play that on the PlayStation. I think I have the Sega Classic set. I can also play it on the computer. I can also play Lego Lord of the Rings on the computer, which was a PS3 game, which you cannot get now because of the licensing. They didn't bump it up to like the next levels, I guess. I don't know if I have anywhere I can play Legend of Zelda right now.
Troubling news, I'm afraid. Some of our fellow traders set off.
Dude, that was the best. That was such a good one.
I was thinking you could go.
If I had to pick Super Mario or Zelda over one over the other, it would be Zelda.
Don't you think? Good.
As much as I like the Mario games, like Zelda was where it was at. Do 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 do. Give me a second, just send in a text. Alright, go to the search area. Is this going to be the wolves? It was a dark and stormy night. Actually, if it is wolves, we'll probably want to keep the Springfield. I think it's the wolves. My first console was the Atari 2600, and it came with Space Invaders. I do remember that. I want to say my older brother is 7 years older than me. So I'm pretty sure we had an Atari at one point, but I think that was a little bit before I could really remember. I would have been very young, I think. The first thing I can legitimately... I do remember Space Invaders, but I don't know if I remember back, like, when... Or if I just knew it from later. Well, there's wolves here. That's not where I'm going, though. Leave me alone, wolves. So the first thing I can legitimately remember playing as a young child was NES. On NES. Do 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 do. Hello, wolves. Hello, darkness, my old friend. All right, where are these wolves? I forget. Oh, they're over there. I am not in the right spot. Can we go down here without crashing? You can do it, buddy. I believe in you. We've only had one crash today, and it was a weird one. We kind of got stuck on a fence. And so, like, he started running forward while stuck on the fence. Other than that, doing pretty good. All right, we did make some big game meat stuff earlier, or we used it in the stew, so we'll replace it here. Maybe. Oh, Nelly. Sometimes this does not save time. I'm on this weird angle. Zelda and Super Mario definitely Space Invaders, of course. I know only a few kilobytes, but these games are amazing. I mean, I feel like if you played those games and appreciated them, you just enjoy the quality of gaming. Like, you appreciate the quality of what games look like now more, and you're not as, like, fussed about having the ultimate graphics, I guess. I just generally speaking, I feel like people my age aren't as like, oh my god, this game looks terrible because it's not running in 4K, 120 FPS, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, well, the game looks pretty darn good. This looks pretty good. So it's amazing what they've done with video games over the last, 30 years. I'm pretty impressed. Dude, technology in general impresses me. Maybe that's such like an older person thing to say, but it's like when I think about I'm sitting at my desk playing a game in this vast open world on my monitor through a gaming system, and I was like, it blows my mind. The fact that I can look at a TV and I'm looking at a screen and it's broadcasting like entire movies and TV shows. I'm just like, who came up with this shit back then? Who thought of this stuff? Who thought to do these things? I don't know. I guess I'm easily impressed, maybe. Whereas if you're younger and you grew up in with the technology already there, you don't think about that kind of stuff because you've just always had it, I guess. I mean, I used to log into the internet through dial-up, AOL or whatever. Shit's slow. The fact that you can now hop on and just download something or stream something, like, that's crazy. I'm like, how do these people with these brains that are so smart that can like invent things and like create things? I'm impressed. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't understand like how it works, like the how behind why it works. I'm just like, wow, that's impressive that somebody came up with that. You're such a good buddy. You've been doing so good today. I feel like I've been riding Aragorn for like the last couple gaming sessions. He's been doing such a good job.
Well done.
I feel like he needs a little bit of a rest. Never imagined that games like Reddit are possible. It will be interesting which games will be coming in the next 20 or 30 years. Yeah. My concern with the gaming industry now is what people allow developers to get away with. So I am concerned we sort of hit, I hope not, but it sort of feels like we kind of hit like a really high note in gaming and games that are coming out, and it is going to start to decline because of what newer generations tend to do more multiplayer online games. And so let's just take Fortnite, for example. Fortnite is a free-to-play game. You don't have to buy anything, but decisions that the company are making now, and of course people buy stuff in the game, are very like cash grabby, money hungry. The fact that they can put out, oh, we're increasing V-Bucks because we need to pay our bills from a multi-billion-dollar company is pretty terrible when it comes to customer service and like customer relations and stuff. I am sort of concerned that we're having a little bit of a downturn in the gaming industry because I feel like less people appreciate games like Red Dead and these amazing single player games, and they just want the online multiplayer experience that gives new content every 3 months. Even if that content is shite, they're like, oh, we're getting new content every 2 to 3 months, and that's what their attention spans need. I know people that will, like, even in Diablo, they'll play for 2 weeks, they'll blast through the content, get their character to max level, and they're like, okay, what's next? They'll quit until the next season. Like, I just feel like that's the direction we're going. And it does concern me a little bit for the health of the gaming industry as a whole. Let's take Crimson Desert, for example. Crimson Desert is what a lot of people ask for. A massive open world to just play in and be able to do stuff and like do crazy things. And some people are shitting all over it because the story is not really involved. And I'm like, what do you guys want, honestly? What do you want? Because everybody seems to be complaining about like a lot of stuff. I'm like, they gave it to you, but because it's not perfect, you know, suddenly it's not worth it because the game isn't perfect. It's not perfect. It's too ambitious to be perfect. So what do you want? Do you want them to take 20 years to develop what you consider a perfect gaming experience? I'm sorry, bunny. Or do you want them to give you a massive game to play in that maybe is a little rough around the edges and they fix a little bit? However, on the flip side, we also developers do get away with releasing a game that is not finished, which I think is a little bit different than what Crimson Desert is experiencing. A game that is not finished because they know they're going to spend the next year providing like DLC updates to finish things like the story, and like that's very different. That is an incomplete game being released, and gamers are allowing that to happen because people continue to pre-order and, you know, purchase things. So there's nothing wrong with pre-ordering. I pre-order games that I'm really interested in. But I should be, if I'm going to pre-order, it needs to be a complete game. Like even if there's DLCs planned, like the base game itself I'm getting should be a complete game. Oops, my bad. I don't know. It's just weird. I guess we'll see what happens with the gaming industry, but. Oh no, is this going to be up in a weird spot? No, it's going to be here. Okay. No, it's not. Well, I can't go all the way up there. It's got to be here. There we go. But again, I'm someone that doesn't need constant. Like, obviously, I want Red Dead to be updated more than it is. That would be nice, especially because I know that would bring back people that I enjoy playing with. But I'm not someone that needs constant content. I think sometimes games update too frequently, and they should focus on bugs and things like that before they give new content. Fortnite's kind of like that right now. Fortnite's game itself is in a really bad state. There's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of lag, there's a lot of desync, there's a lot of like issues that need to be corrected. Dead by Daylight is the same way. I stopped playing Dead by Daylight because they're so focused on releasing a new chapter and new content every like 3 months to keep people coming back that they neglect fixing all of the problems. Like, we got a grizzly bear, we got wolves, sheesh. That they neglect to fix their base game and like fix the bugs and stuff because they're too busy releasing content. So in my opinion, some games need to back off from quarterly updates to back off to biannual, so twice a year update, and in the off months, bug fixes. Disney Dreamlight does this a little bit because they do 4 free updates a year. One of them is usually a little bit more involved. It has a realm, multiple characters, content or whatever. But then the off months, so like the every other, they do release a new free thing, but it's less. It doesn't involve a whole realm. It's usually just one character. It's already in the valley. And then they focus on like quality of life updates. Now, they also are struggling as a company as well with being a little bit too money hungry in the route that they're taking, whereas they're focusing less on the items you get in these DLCs and items you can get in-game with in-game money to focusing on their premium shop, which is a paid thing. So it's a delicate balance because obviously they do have to make money to continue running. But at the same time, customers want to feel appreciated, so they do spend the money. So it is a balance. Disney is failing a little bit with that right now, and I'm hoping they get back into a good state. Fortnite's the same way. Fortnite is very much struggling with player perception right now. So it's a shame because there are legitimately games that I enjoy playing that I don't play as much anymore because of how the company's choosing to run the company. All right, fossil number 3. Ooh, there's a Moonshiner behind us. We could have done that. I do like ending on a daytime cycle, though. What am I to eat for lunch? I really had a craving for spaghetti and then just some sourdough bread. I do have that. I could make that. I think the marinara is probably still good. I think I used it earlier in the week. Probably getting to the end of when the jar in the fridge is going to be good, but I think it's still good. Could do a little bit of pasta for lunch. It's kind of a heavy lunch, though. Maybe I'll do tacos. I've been on a taco kick. I've, like, gone to order either Chipotle or Taco Bell, like, 5 times in the last week. And I stop myself every time because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Delivery through DoorDash is insane. The food's already way more expensive, and then you have, like, the service fees, even though I get some of those free because I have, like, a free DoorDash thing right now. But then you add tip on, and I was like, I'm paying $30 for tacos. Like, that is out of control. And then I'm like, get your ass in the kitchen and make something. You got food. And so I do, but then I'm sad. I'm like, I could have had tacos. Like real tacos. Not my made up stuff that I made. It's the one I always need. Can we get that? The sea scorpion? Is the sea scorpion? Not the sea lily. Sea lily's the one I have a million of. Sea scorpion. No, that's okay. All right, guess we should put on our winter outfit. Oh wait, I thought that was going to be the last one. We need one more. What didn't we do? Ah, I only ate. I need one more camp stew. My bad. Whoops. I thought I ate. Didn't I eat 2 when we went back to camp? I'm pretty sure I ate 2. This game's trying to make my character gain weight. She's got to be ready for action, though, okay? Probably never get a camp up here. There are some spots you just really can't get camps. I love how I'm just following my tracks back to see which way I came. Oh no, I lost them though. Did we come this way or did we go the other way? Oh yeah, here they are. This is so neat. I can just follow directly back where I came from. The fact that this still is saved and it didn't like despawn when we rode away is cool. See, details like that are cool. Games are cool, man. The fact that they can do stuff like this, pretty awesome. It does surprise me in an online game that these do not go away. I mean, at some point they will, but... Okay, there we go. We lost them there. That was pretty far, though. At this rate, we're just gonna ride completely back to camp. Dun, dun, dun. Do, 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 do. So this is my other roadster that I have on my main account. This is Shadowfax. He's my speckled gray. It's my rank 1. Don't let anybody tell you can't get the rank 1 horses. They're also amazing. He's so pretty. I probably... So, either I had this... I definitely had this one first. I don't know if... What is Claude Ruber? Is that, that's Trader. Yeah, so these 2 horses definitely came out later. I think if I'd gotten the white Claude Ruber first, I would have named the white Claude Ruber Shadowfax. And I would have named this one something else. But now I can't change it. My white Cloud Ruber is a Starian, which I think fits really well too. But I can't change it back. I can't change because this guy is Shadowfax. Like, I can't change his name. But technically, Shadowfax is all white. Yeah, there's some really epic scenes in Lord of the Rings with Shadowfax too. Whoop. Do, 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 do. All right, one more camp stew, and that should be all of the dailies for today. It's pretty rare nowadays that I get all of them, just because of the PvP ones. Saturday's really bad for the PvP dailies. I don't know why. Our camp's going. So what are we thinking? Someone mentioned Trader for next month. I feel like the last time we had Trader was like November, so that would track. I feel like. Maybe not. I don't know. Love your content. I wish I could get excited about collecting. I totally get it, Lucas, why you wouldn't be. Collecting is just one of those things. So for me, I have anxiety. Like my brain goes a million miles a minute sometimes. And collecting is just soothing. So it kind of calms me a little bit, if that makes sense. So for me, it really works. But for a lot of people, it probably is just straight up boring because you're just like riding from one thing to the next. So you're like, what am I doing? I mean, my Gypsy, he doesn't like collecting. To him, that would be very boring. Like, he plays single player games too, but like, I think he'd much rather be shooting something. Like, even in a single player game, he plays the Borderland games. Like, he'd rather be action, like doing something. Whereas me, I'll just log in when we're chatting at the end of the day, and I'll just like literally ride around like this, collect a thing here or there. Because to me, it's just sort of calming. But it's definitely not for everybody, for sure. That's why I always tell people when new players start Red Dead and they're trying to find out what role to get first, I'm like, look, collector role is going to give you a ton of money in XP, which is really great when you're a new player because it's going to help you rank up fast. You're going to have the money to buy the things you need, the guns you need, the clothes you want, the horses you want, ability cards. Like, you need a lot of money when the game first starts. You don't need as much gold, but you need a lot of money. I was like, but if you're somebody who likes action and you don't like just riding around and picking stuff up and you want to be shooting and doing things and having exciting things to do, then I always recommend Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is the role you want because not only is it very action oriented, you have a lot of bounty boards, a lot of different things you can do, but it's going to also give you gold. So you get that bonus, even though you're not going to be getting as much money. So you might struggle a little bit early on with getting like the guns and ranking up your ability cards. You're going to have a much more exciting role to do. It's going to give you gold so you can then purchase another role. And then that's when I recommend going collector, because you can complement bounty hunter and collector by starting a bounty, going and collecting just a couple items on your way to the bounty and running the timer down a little bit, which is going to give you even more gold. So they're a good complement. But yeah, not everybody's going to like the collector role for sure. It is so pretty up here in the valley right now. I'm jealous. I want to be here on a real horse in the valley right now. A little John Marston. And this horse, I'm sorry, is simply gorgeous. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. I am getting hungry. So I'm going to go make some food. New content starting on, well, not new content, but a new set of bonuses starting on Tuesday the 31st. I will try to have a video out in the morning before I have to run my errands. Yeah, Collector and Moonshiner both give more money than Bounty Hunter. So it's a balance for sure, because Bounty Hunter is the only role that gives gold. So it can be crazy. If I get all my stuff done at a timely fashion, then I'll probably do a little streaming on Tuesday midday, just to go through everything that's going on. But that may or may not happen based off my schedule. So if not, I'll be back next Saturday as normal with some Red Dead Online. But again, look for that video on Tuesday showcasing all the bonuses, any rewards we're getting, if there's any Outlaw Pass items, that sort of thing. So appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll chat with you all soon. Bye, everybody.